Hi, today you join me in the Upper Derwent Valley. I've just parked the car at King's Tree and walked about 100 metres up from where I parked the car. Plan today is to walk up the valley to Slippery Stones, up Cut Gate to Outer Edge and round and back down again. We'll see what happens. The weather is a bit cloudy, but there is blue sky directly in front of me. You can't see it in the camera, but there is blue sky there. So I'm looking for a nice day out walking in the hills. Here I am at Slippery Stones, or at least the bridge over the river in the Upper Derwent. You can see quite clearly behind me a path in a hillside, and that's where I'm off to. I'm off to the track up Cut Gate, then over to Outer Edge. Time for a rest. That is Bleaklow ahead, with the high point around the Barrowstones area. The main valley is the Upper Derwent Valley I've just walked up from the left, and you can see the path I've taken to get here, which is straight ahead. This hill here, which looks high because it is High Stones, which is the highest hill in Sheffield, and a turnaround, and you probably can't see the top of Marjorie Hill, but it is just back there. I've climbed up the steep slopes out of the Derwent Valley, and it's a much gentler path now up to Cut Gate. I just noticed my phone started making a buzzing noise, meaning it had connection. So it is a good time now to talk about mobile phones in the outdoors.
Your phone is a useful device whilst out hill walking. I use it as a navigation aid to record the route, to contact friends, and if necessary, will use it in an emergency. A mobile phone uses line of sight to connect to the nearest mobile mast. No mast in view, no phone connection. A sign at the start of the Upper Derwent Valley states that mobiles do not work here, so no phone signal at King's Tree, but uphill at Cut Gate I have a signal. It is usually best to go uphill to get a signal, but there is no signal in the centre of Bleaklow. Mobile coverage is not critical if you only want to send a picture, but what about in an emergency? Call 999, and your phone will use another network if your network does not have coverage. There is a target of 95% 4G coverage over the UK from at least one operator by 2025. This means that the coverage within the hills will improve. For any connection, make sure your phone is charged.
Forever upwards, this is the last part of the path up to Cut Gate. which is the pass between Marjorie Hill and Outer Edge, which is where I'm headed today. This is the cairn at the top of Cut Gate. Cut Gate's a path, or more correctly a bridleway, that goes from the Derwent Valley over and down to Langsett. On my right is Marjorie Hill, straight ahead of me is the way down to Langsett, behind me is where I've climbed up from the Upper Derwent Valley, and over to my left is Outer Edge, and that's where I'm going today. On my way up I met two people and they said it was very windy on top, so I hope you can hear this audio. You might find the audio further on a bit noisy due to the wind. I am walking along the path to Outer Edge. As you can see, it is quite boggy here. I have to be a bit careful. Hopefully it won't be too much to stop me going there, and I will get there without boots that are too muddy or feet that are too wet. Behind me you can see where I've come from, and I've come from Cut Gate. There is marked on the map a bridleway, but in reality it's very wet ground to start with, and now it's typical moorland, heather, bilberries, long grasses. Not far now to Outer Edge, but I have had my gaiters on all the way to try and protect my legs from the ticks. This Outer Edge trig point is typical in many of the Peak District. The base is built up of stones and then concrete, and it does appear to be set higher than the land, but it's the peat that has been worn away. Here I am at Outer Edge trig point. Slightly raining now, the clouds coming over, but these rocks straight ahead of me there are crow stones, and that's where I'm headed. There is a path, as you can see, going across the moor there. I'll just pan around slightly. I'm not sure you'll be able to see, but I can see the lorries, white vans going across the Woodhead Pass. So although I think I'm very remote here, miles from anywhere, the reality is that the Woodhead Pass is not very far away. Now reach crow stones. These are interestingly shaped stones set lower down the hillside from Outer Edge. Time for a walk about. I have now walked down from crow stones to rocking stones. These are also interestingly shaped stones, but much taller than crow stones. From here, there are good views north to Horsestone and beyond. I'm not sure I realised how tall these rocking stones are. They're significant. If you put them in the Burbage Valley, they would be climbed on day after day, week after week. I guess here, very few people come to do the climbing on these rocks. Here we are at Bullstones. Just go and see what the height of them looks like from the ground. I am here at the top of Bullstones, having walked around from Crowstones, Crowstones Edge and contoured around to Bullstones here. Now, the question is, how do I get down? Possibility number one is to go straight down the slope, which I have done in the past, but it is a bit rough and I don't fancy it today. The other option is to go uphill to meet the path that goes across to Outer Edge, then walk right down to Cut Gate and down Cut Gate, or what I'm planning to do at the moment is to contour around for about 500 metres to reach the Cut Gate path and then walk down the Cut Gate path. I'm now at the cairn on the Cut Gate path. This is the first cairn I encountered while walking uphill. When I left Bullstones, I was thinking I'd have to contour around without a path, but very soon this path appeared, going vaguely the right direction, not on the map though, and I followed it, and it contoured happily round to this cairn. So that was a bit of luck. It was a lot less effort than fighting through the heather. Now I'm at Cut Gate path and I am going to walk down here to Slippery Stones and then back to the car. Here I am at the valley floor. It has been a brilliant day. Maybe not the sunshine as promised in the weather forecast, but a brilliant day. I walked up Cut Gate and over to Outer Edge, which is a nice trig point to bag with a nice view. It's a peculiar feeling in Outer Edge. It feels very remote, but you can see the Woodhead Pass. Then the highlight of the day for me was looking at the rocks, down to Crowstones, to Rocking Stone, round Crowstone Edge, to Bullstones, and then the walk back from Bullstones to Cutgate and down here. Yes, a great day out, and all that remains for me to do is walk over the bridge and down to the car which is parked at King's Tree.